wife was recently denied after her adjustment of status interview because during the interview, the interviewer kind of coerced her into stating that she may or may not have claimed as a citizen on a previous work application, and so
well, let me ask you a question. Okay, do they have a form or a piece of paper that they have in their file that says that when she applied for the job and filled out the I-9 form, which is what you fill out when you apply for a job to prove that you're legal to work in America, do they have a form that says that she made a false, that she wrote that she's a citizen?
During the interview, no, he did not provide anything of that nature.
So so why would they coerce her? Tell me what or I don't know if you want to tell me. Yeah,
because he was saying, well, it started off by, because on the application, the preparer didn't actually check off that she worked. He put that she didn't work. So he started asking her questions about, well, how did you get a job? Because he was wondering why or how she was working, and even though it said that on her application she wasn't. And so she was speaking about her job that she had worked at in the past. She said, well, at the time she had showed them her driver's privilege card.
Let me ask you a question. When she showed her driver's license and social security card, okay, this is it. It's not about coercing, okay? You have to when you go and apply for a job, there are some companies that make you fill out an I-9 form. There are other companies that don't make you fill out an I-9 form. And quite frankly, I don't want you to tell me what she did because I think she should have a private consultation with me. But let me tell you what the situation is because I understand it. Okay? So if a company comes to you and you're undocumented or you're not legal to work and they say, we can only hire you if you prove to us that you're legal to work. One of the ways to prove you're legal to work is, they say, a list from column A, a list from column B. It's like a Chinese menu. You have a driver's license, you have a social security number, and then you check off a box that you're a U.S. citizen. And that's sufficient to get a job to work. However, you are filling out an I-9 form that is kept by this company that the Immigration Service can, if they choose to, go look at this documentation. And then at that point, if she did fill out the I-9 and say, here's my driver's license, here's my social security, then it's possible that she made a false claim to U.S. citizenship. It's also possible she just filled out the form and said, here's my license, here's my social security number, and did nothing else. Okay? So we don't need to talk about it on the air because I don't have attorney-client privilege with you. Okay?
Anyways,
let me say this. Okay, one other thing, and then I'll let you talk. Okay, to a point. I'm not going to let you talk completely because I don't want you to say something. Okay. But let me just say one other thing. I know you're anxious, but let me say one other thing. All right. Okay. The other thing I wanted to say is that if you are out of status and you work as an undocumented alien and you are married to a U.S. citizen. It is not a bar to get a green card because you worked out of status. So she should have said, yes, I worked out of status. The problem becomes, one, if you filled out an I-9 form and made a claim that you're a U.S. citizen, or two, if you lied about employment and say, I didn't work, and it turns out you did. So at a bare minimum, she has a misrepresentation about lying about her employment, and at a bigger problem, if she did fill out an I-9 form and did say she's an American citizen, then that would be a false claim to citizenship. Now, you can fill out an I-9 form and not claim citizenship. I don't know what she filled out, and I understand now that immigration officer had no document in front of him. So it was just an oral representation that your wife may or may not have understood when she was answering the question. The answer is, I do have an answer. The answer is that you refile again, and hopefully she didn't make a false claim to U.S. citizenship, and hopefully they have no record that she made a false claim to U.S. citizenship. And then all she did was make a misrepresentation about whether she worked or didn't work, and she would need a waiver. Now I'll let you talk.
Okay. You kind of answered part of the question that I was kind of hoping for about saying that the next step would possibly be to just refile the 485.
Right.
So at the same time, well, we were thinking that we're going to be filing the 290B. Well, first file the 485, and then maybe the 290B.
No,
like
you're
2
not,
weeks after.
What, the 290B meaning the appeal?
Or is that the request for review?
Yeah, but you can't do both. It's one or the other.
Okay, you can't do both. Okay,
right,
so
right
now,
what I would do. Okay, I wouldn't do anything other than have a private, confidential, attorney-privileged conversation with a very good attorney. Now, you have spoken to many attorneys who couldn't give you an answer. I just gave you an answer. Yeah. Okay? So, that's what I would do. All right?
Okay.
So, hold on one second. What? Hold on.
Okay. Are you letting me speak now? I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, I was going to put you on hold, but you want to speak? Keep going.
Okay. No, I was just going to ask. Okay, can I go back to what if? Well, originally, the employer where she did work at,
Jeremy,
yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up already. Why?
Okay.
This stays for life on Facebook and YouTube. Didn't I just finish telling you there's no attorney-client privilege? You're telling this to the entire world. Shut up.
All right.
Hold on one second.
We haven't had one of those in a while.
Yeah.
No admitting to any kind of wrongdoing on a live show, y'all.
Right.
Wait till you get into his office.
Right. A closed door. If you don't see a closed door, don't do it.
All right.
I have some questions for you guys.
What?
About my application for the employment authorization.
Yeah.
I did apply on December 4th of last year, 2018.
Right.
But I was reviewing the form like 2 days ago, and I noticed that I made a mistake when I was supposed to submit my passport information, because actually I have two. Instead of putting the expired one information, I did put the new one that I have. So
this is on your employment authorization document renewal. You put the wrong information.
Yes, just
well, either they'll send you. You've delayed your case. They'll either send you, most likely. I mean, I can't tell you 100%, but most likely they'll probably send you what's called an RFE, which is a request for further evidence to explain why the information that you put on your application doesn't jive with the information that they have in the computer, or they just may outright deny you and you'll have to refile again. One or the other.
But the problem is, but when I have to submit the papers, I remember that I did send both of my passport pictures. All
right, so maybe they'll realize it and just correct it for you. That's also possible. You don't know. All right, you have to see what happens. All right. One way or the other, you'll get a work permit. You may have delayed yourself, but one way or the other, you'll get a work permit.
Also, so I was wondering about the process time. They start counting about the time after the I-130 is approved, or it's just from the date you submitted your documents?
You are applying for a work permit based on what?
The marriage.
To a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
It is not from the time that it's from the time that you file your adjustment application. Okay. If you have not filed an adjustment application, you're not entitled to a work permit. It's the time if you have if you have an adjustment pending, you file the I-765. It takes 6 months from that time.
Oh yeah, because my green card, whatever, I had the interview like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah, so I was wondering, because they told me like to wait until for like 120 days before making a status increase. I don't know why they. Because
after you have an interview, and if you've watched Bradshaw Live, and much of the Brad Squad will tell you this, they have 120 days under law to make a decision. And then if you've seen Abadir sues the government, Abadir comes in and says, if you haven't gotten a decision in 120 days, we sue the government. Mandamus. Mandamus. We haven't said it in a long time. So that's basically it. They have by law 120 days to make a decision. So hold strong and let's see what happens, all right?
Okay, thank you. So I don't have to like find a way to send them a letter for that.
You have to wait, because as soon as you start sending letters, everything misses. Got to wait for them. All right? Because everything is done based on barcodes. So if you don't have a barcode to respond to, your letter never gets to where it needs to get to.
Yeah, because that's the only thing I was wondering. Because since last
all right,
year,
Joe,
they sent me a notice.
You screwed up
Joe,
you screwed up the work permit. It'll work itself out. You just delayed yourself. Okay. Hopefully, you get your green card and you don't have to worry.
Okay, thank you so much.
My brother, his I-30 and I-8 485 was denied, and he did an appeal. So I was thinking if he could just, because we talked to some people and they advised that the refile is.
Well, first of all, there is no appeal. Okay.
Motion to
reopen. Okay. I don't usually like motions to reopen. It's not what I don't generally. Now, every case is different, and every case, sits on its own facts, and certain facts I would say, okay, yeah, do a motion to reopen. Okay, but to me, motions to reopen take as long as refiling a new adjustment, and then you don't get to renew your work permit while your motion is pending. 3, they can put you in deportation, and 4, your motion to reopen goes back to the same jerk who already denied you. So you're better off to refile again, and that way at least you get a new work permit. You have something pending. Hopefully your application goes to somewhere else. Now, was it Albert Einstein who said that if you do the same thing twice, what is it that you are?
That's insanity.
That's insanity.
That's the
right. So if you're going to refile again and do everything exactly the same, you're going to get the same result. So you live in Brooklyn. Come see me at least for a consultation.
Yeah, while we're asking, they did a motion to reopen. I was asking if we could withdraw the motion to reopen and refile.
Yeah, probably would be generally that's what you would do. But if you're going to refile again and do the same thing, you're going to get the same result. So make sure you do something different. All right, come see me.
Yeah, it's possible to withdraw the motion to reopen and refile, right?
Yes.
I applied for citizenship, so they called me for interview next month, 13 August.
Right.
But my I-175 is pending still. So, they did not approve my I-175. It's been 20 months already. So I called USCIS. Even the extension they gave me, that will expire very soon. 18-month extension.
Okay.
For travel and work. So
you can go down to the local office, get a stamp in your passport for an extension. You can certainly file for your citizenship. I would just file a mandamus.
Yeah, I already applied for my citizenship. They called me for the interview.
Okay, and?
They called me for the interview.
And I can guarantee you what's going to happen on the interview. They're going to say, you have a pending I-751. We got to see how that goes first. I can almost guarantee you that. That's what they've been saying to everybody. So it's not like you go for your interview for your citizenship and they're like, oh, yes, wonderful. Here's your green card. Here's your citizenship. What I would do, you did it already, so go on your citizenship interview and see what happens. But what I would do is just file a mandamus. Done in weeks. It's so easy. People are so scared of that. Belgium Kim, look how beautiful you look. Are people scared? Are people scared?
On the same day?
What?
On the same day, you think they will do both things, green card and citizenship?
No, I just said most likely they won't. They're going to do your citizenship interview and say your case is pending the I-751. Probably what's going to happen.
Okay. So they will take my citizenship interview on that day? Still my case is pending?
Yes.
Okay. Then
maybe you don't understand. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Okay.
Because I don't think you understand what I'm saying to you. So what I want you to do is actually listen to what I am saying. Okay? So what I am saying is you're going to go on your citizenship interview, and when you go on your citizenship interview, they are most likely, I don't know for sure, because I can't tell the future. I can only tell you what they've been doing in the past. They are most likely going to say to you, you have to wait on your I-751. We'll do your citizenship interview. Now, guess what? You have 2 cases pending. You have an I-751 pending, and you have your citizenship pending. What I would tell you to do, or what I would have told you to do, is what Abadir tells you to do every time he comes on my show, which is file a mandamus, which is a lawsuit against the government because they're delaying your life. They're not allowed to delay your life forever. They can delay it for a little bit, but not forever, okay? So you file a mandamus when you have an approvable case, and within weeks, your case gets approved. And then you do your citizenship. Now, you haven't done it that way, so go on your interview. Maybe you pass and you become a citizen. I'm wrong. I hope so. But if not, then come see me for a mandamus.
Okay, so I have to go to the interview for now, right? That's
correct. And then when they tell you everything's pending, you come see me. And by the way, if they say, congratulations, you passed your citizenship, go for your swearing in, call me back on this show, and I'll be happy. I'll eat crow. I'm not always right. And I'll say, congratulations. I give all the power to you. You did it. Okay, but I don't think that's what's going to happen.
Oh, okay. So, right. Okay then. Thank you. So I will go for interview and let me see what they tell me, okay?
Correct. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.